Hey, Tracy lovers. Let me ask you something real quick. What if the problem isn't that God hasn't blessed you? And what if the problem is that you haven't been managing what He already gave you? I want to come talk about stewardship today because a lot of us, we keep praying for more. We asking for more money, more opportunities, more peace, more relationships. And I just feel like God be looking at us like, y'all not even stewarding well what I've already given y'all. Before I start this video and really dive into what I want to talk about today, I put up some scriptures to go throughout this so God can really back me up on my perspective. The foundation scripture I want to first read off is Matthew 25 verse 21. And it say, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things." And when I read that, I noticed something. I noticed that He don't reward talent. He don't reward us because we got talent. He reward us for our faithfulness. Then I had to ask myself, like, what is stewardship really? Because I want to get rewarded. Okay? And I know that stewardship is not just owning something. It's not just ownership. Because if we think about it, we don't own our own life. We don't own our gifts. We don't even own our own time. Them are things that we have to manage. Them are things that God bless us with that we have to learn how to manage. And then I read it, I put down another scripture for us, y'all. And this scripture is Peter, 1 Peter, verse 10, chapter 4. I think I'm saying that right, y'all. I'm still a little whatever. But this say, each of you should use your gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace. So basically, what that means is everything is, we getting loaned some stuff. Our voice. So if you have a voice, like if you know how to speak up, stand up for yourself, use it to serve others. If you have a platform, use it to help others. If you have some children, God watching you, how you steward over them. Even your business. If you own a business, trying to run a business, however, He's watching us. Them are things that He blesses us with. And one day you're going to have to answer, like, you're going to answer to Him, like, how did I do, God? He going to be looking at you like, how did you handle that? I gave you this, I gave you this. How did you handle that? And that's when you have to look at yourself like, am I building or am I just staying busy? I found out that we have to learn how to juggle our blessings. Let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about juggling. Because a lot of people, this is where a lot of people drop the ball. He'll bless us with so many blessings. Like He'll bless us in multiple areas at once. And instead of managing it, we panic. We get overwhelmed sometimes. Which brings me to this another scripture that I found. I don't even know how to pronounce this one, y'all. I really don't. But it reads, "There's a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." So when He blesses us with those things, we don't need to do everything at once. We just need to do the right thing at the right time. And I want to break that down real quick, because some of us are overwhelmed, not because we blessed, but we are overwhelmed because we are so unorganized. And I know that might sting a little bit. I know that might crush a little ego or something, some pride, but it's the truth. Some of us, we got the opportunity, but we ain't got no structure. Some of us, we got the vision, but we don't have no discipline. Some of us, we can hear that calling. We know our purpose, but we don't have no type of consistency. And that's why it's important to be strategic. God don't bless us for us to be chaotic. So God, he's not chaotic. He's not all that. So if your life feel chaotic, that just means it's something that we need to be working on. We need to fix something, you know? Proverbs 21, verse 5. It says, the plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. Did y'all catch that? So haste, that's that rushing, moving fast, doing everything at once. That leads you to lack. You're going to lack something. But when you being intentional, that leads to growth. When you actually taking care and maintaining and watching what you're doing, being very intentional on every move, you're going to grow. So we got to stop moving off emotion. Stop. One thing that I hate the saying of is, I'm just going with the flow. Because what if you go ahead and flow somewhere else? So be intentional. Some of us going to flow right into a burnout. We got to start asking, like, what actually matters to me right now? What did God tell me to focus on in this season? Not last season, not 2 years ago. In this season right now, what do God want me to focus on? And what am I doing that look busy but isn't productive? Because a lot of us, we can be doing a whole lot of stuff, but it's not productive. We got to pay attention to those things. Pay attention. And a lot of people ignore that. Like, a lot of people ignore a lot of things. But you have to pay attention to what God is doing. That way you can steward whatever blessing he has for you. You can steward it well. Because he watching how we handle the small things. Like these small opportunities. He watching how we handle them. A small check. I know everybody wants some big money, but what you doing with that little money he give you? Everybody want a big following. What are you doing with that little following that he give you? Everybody got these big old dreams and big plans, but what are you doing with that small idea he done planted in your head? You want something so big. We got all these big dreams and wishes and want big blessings, but we so careless with them small ones. That right there is a stewardship issue. Some blessings that we be getting, they don't grow because we don't notice them long enough to nourish them. Y'all know what I'm saying. Nurture. We got to be paying attention so we can even notice when we get a blessing, so we can do it right, so we can steward it well, so we can nourish it, so we can grow it. And when I think about growth, y'all, I think about plants. I never really been good with like real plants, honestly. But when I think about growth, that's what I'm thinking about. Because we got to be intentional. We got to be strategic because not all plants grow the same. And then we got to actually be patient and take our time and pay attention to what the plant need, how we got to feed it, where to place it. You get what I'm saying? We got to take our time because it seems like everybody is in a rush. And when we rush in, we tend to mishandle things. We don't want to rush and mishandle what God has given us. So we have to slow it down, y'all. Look, this scripture verse, it say Habakkuk chapter 2, verses 2 to 3. Write the vision. I know y'all done heard this. Write the vision. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come. Just because it's slow doesn't mean it's wrong. Some of us, we trying to speed things up. We trying to speed up what God is trying to build properly. He don't want us to rush. Right now, we don't need more. I want to challenge everybody to really appreciate what we already have. Steward well what we have. Make sure you are stewarding well. Steward better. Let me say that. Before we ask for more. When we learn how to handle our time, handle our energy, handle our relationships, we learn how to handle our money, our calling, God will increase us naturally. Luke chapter 12, verse 48. And then I'm going to go ahead and skedaddle, y'all. It says, to whom much is given, much will be required. So if we asking for a lot, we got to be prepared to do a lot. And not just staying busy. No, being intentional. Stop asking God for more and start showing him that we can handle what he already have. All right, that's that, y'all. I love y'all. Thanks for allowing me to come and talk to y'all. Thanks for chilling with me and all that good stuff. Look, I will catch y'all in my next video.